In today's YouTube video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the new best controller settings to use here after the Season 3 Reloaded update. Now, if you're looking for settings to get better gun skill, better accuracy, get MGB nukes in those high kill games, you came to the right video because these settings are going to help you improve. So if you guys are new here and find this video to help, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with noties on, and let's get into it. Now, before we get further in today's video, guys, one thing that's super important when playing Call of Duty is your controller that you're playing on. And if you need a good controller, go ahead and buy yourself an AIM controller. I have been using this for almost a year now. These are some of the best controllers that I have played with. I think, in my opinion, these are better than Scuff and Battle Beavers. If you're looking to go buy yourself one, you get them really quick. The build time's very fast, and you can customize pretty much everything on the controller. Go in the description or the pinned comment and go use my code Paradox for 5% off. These controllers are super nice, and I guarantee if you buy one, you will get a first 100 kill game and a first MGB nuke as soon as you buy this and get it in your hands. I do guarantee. So now it's time to get into our best controller settings here in Modern Warfare 3 after the Season 3 Reloaded update. And you guys already know I don't go through every single thing here in the settings. We are going to go only things that we need to change here. And that first thing is going to be the controller vibration. Now, if you have a regular PS4 controller, a regular PS5 controller, you're going to have those vibrations on automatically. They're inside your controller, and you do need to turn them off. Now, I have my modified controller, which is the AIM controller like we were just talking about, and I went ahead and removed the vibrator so I don't have to worry about that. But like I've said in my videos in the past, the smallest things here in Call of Duty can get you killed, and that be vibrations. And almost everything here in Call of Duty can cause a vibration, from you running, from you shooting, a grenade exploding, a door opening. Just everything can cause a vibration and get you killed. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this off. It may take a couple days to get used to, but 100% go ahead and turn this off. Now, we do have our dead zone inputs, which you're going to want to go ahead and copy these down. In my opinion, these are the best dead zone inputs as of right now. I went ahead and changed them up from my last video. They're a little bit different. Go ahead and copy these down. Your controller is going to be less sensitive, and that's what you want here in Call of Duty. Your controller to be less sensitive, so you have a faster response time, which can help out a ton in those gunfights and just everything to deal with Call of Duty, and also make your controller stay healthy. We don't want them to just mush those buttons down, make them tired, make them break and everything. We don't want that, so go ahead and copy these down. Now we're going to jump over here to our aiming settings here under the controller settings, which we're going to start with our horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity, which I have mine still at 7.7. It's in the middle. It's perfect. It's still chilling. We don't have to worry about changing that. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. Just in the middle. Perfect. You do not need to go any higher, any lower. 7.7 should be the only thing that you run here, with my ADS sensitivity multiplier being at 0.90. Now you could increase this if you want to, but I'm sure if you've seen my gameplays and you know my aim is just on point. It's super chilling. I have some pretty good aim. I'm not going to lie. My aim is on point. I have gotten those comments. I feel like everyone gets those comments now if you're a good player now. But if you want some of the absolute best settings for aim, these are what you need to copy down. 7.7 stick sensitivity, and we have our ADS sensitivity at 0.90. So go ahead and copy those down. Now, jumping down to our aim response curve type, we have it at dynamic. Now, I do not need to go in detail with this. You should only be using dynamic. Dynamic has been the best aim response curve type since it's been introduced here in Call of Duty, which is in Modern Warfare 19. This should be the only thing that you should be running, so make sure to go ahead and add this on. Now, we're going to be dropping down to the target aim assist, and we're going to go ahead and put that on. If you have it off, put that on. I do not know what you're doing. I don't understand what you're doing. I know people talk about aim assist. It's overpowered and everything. If it's in the game, just put it on. I mean, everyone can use aim assist. You don't have to prove anything. I know keyboard and mouse players do it all the time. Use aim assist. It is going to make you better. If you have it off, if you're playing like crap, this is the reason why. Have aim assist on. It's going to help out a ton, so make sure to have that on. Aim assist type. Now, a lot of people were saying Black Ops got nerfed. Now, I have, tried default and Black Ops, went back and forth, and I have to say, default is better. A lot of you guys were right in my last settings video. Black Ops does not feel the same anymore like it used to, so we went ahead and went back to default. The aim's been on point, super clean and everything, and this is the only thing that we need to change here. And we're going to go over here to our gameplay settings next, and we have our automatic tac sprint on. Now, if you have this on, it's going to teach you how to be more aggressive. You want to learn how to be more aggressive with automatic tac sprint. This is what I use. Helps me get those high kill games. I move faster around the map, especially using like lightweight boots, infantry vest with this on. That is a great trio right there. Really good combo. It's going to help you be more aggressive, learn how to be more aggressive. You're moving faster around the map and everything, and that's what you're going to want to do. Tactical sprint behavior, we're going to have this on single tap sprint. Now, this is actually G8 in the competitive scene. If it's G8 in the competitive scene, that means you can have a skill gap there. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. You don't have to mush down on your controller to make yourself start tac sprinting. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. Now for our next things, we have our ground mantle, automatic airborne mantle, automatic ground mantle hang. We're going to put that on all off. Now, if you're jumping, if you get near any object or anything, it's going to automatically put you on that object. It's going to make you mount at. So we're going to have these off. I know a lot of people jump and everything like that. So if you're near a car, a ledge that you can jump on, a box, if you accidentally jump near that automatically, it's going to make you mantle over that. So if you're in a gunfight, 90% of the time you're going to lose that gunfight. So we're going to have this off, and what we have next is going to be our slide and dive behavior, which I think this is kind of broken in my opinion. I have slide only because I like slide canceling. I'm not really used to diving. A lot of people are starting to dive again, which they're using the hybrid. So if you like sliding and diving, go ahead and throw on hybrid. But if you only like slide canceling, which there is a skill gap there, go ahead and put on slide only. Now we're going to be jumping over here to our graphic settings here, which we're going to be on the view part here, and we have our field of view, which is super important, guys. Now, I know a lot of pro players, you know, a lot of their settings are different and everything. They're running 105, 108, 115, 117, 118, but they're never going to 120 because it actually gives you input delay and lag when you have it maxed out at 120, so you don't want that anymore. So if you're on 120, make sure you put it at least 117, 118. Don't fully max it out. That should help out a lot, because if in those gunfights, if you're running around and you lag a lot, or in those little small lags, it can cost you a gunfight. It can cost you to get a nuke or anything like that, so make sure to copy that down. And we have our ADS field of view here at affected. Now, if you have it on independent, I'm sorry to say you are playing COD wrong. So if there is a weapon that is a fast firing weapon, the MTZ, any submachine gun in the game, a lot of the assault rifles sometimes, the BP-50 and stuff, it has a fast fire rate, which is going to give it a lot of visual recoil. So when using independent, if you aim down sights and start firing, your camera actually zooms in, so it's the visual recoil is going to be even crazier. So we don't want that. So a lot of people ask me why you're running so fast, why don't like you have as much recoil or visual recoil, and I'm using the same build. It's because I'm using affected. My weapon isn't zooming in while I am aiming down sights, so that is going to come in clutch if you're in your gunfights. Same with weapon field of view. We're going to have on mine on wide, and if you have it on default, it looks the same and everything. It's kind of normal looking, but having it on wide, it actually makes the weapon look smaller. So again, if there's a lot of visual recoil on a weapon or recoil, you're not going to really notice that. So if you see a difference, try it on independent, trying it on default, and then go back and play on affected and wide, and you're going to tell a huge difference. So go ahead and copy those down. Now we have our camera settings here, which we have world motion blur and weapon motion blur. We're going to put that on off. Now if you're playing with these on, go ahead and turn these off because you don't want your game to look blurry. You spinning around and everything, if you're trying to be extra, sometimes when you blur around and everything like that, you're not going to be able to see a target. Same with the weapon. If it has motion blur, you're not going to be able to see a lot that's going on around you. As you guys see here, when you go through your settings, you can see with it on, with it off. You're going to tell a huge difference on how the game looks clean and everything. And that's why I've had also a lot of people say, why does your game look so clean? Because of these settings like this. Motion blur on your weapon and in world, go ahead and turn off. Same with your film grain, go ahead and turn that all the way down. You don't want your game to look grainy or anything. We don't want that. And the final thing here we're going to have on our camera settings is our first person camera thing. We're going to have this on 50%. You want to go ahead and turn this down. It's going to help you if you get motion sickness and everything, so it's not as crazy. Same with your third person, and that's really it. Now we're in our audio settings here next, which there's not too many things I want to talk about here, but I will mention having a headset on your head is super important. You know, if you're playing on speakers and everything, you know, hearing footsteps, they're probably most likely really inconsistent on where they actually are. You know, having a headset, which I'm running the Astro A40s, I know that's kind of a, you know, an older dinosaur kind of headset. They've been out for a good while, but I have to say they are pretty clean still. I've had mine for a couple years now. I love them a lot. I've had them actually since Black Ops 4, but, you know, this is a really good headset still. I do recommend them, but what you're going to want to do, though, audio mix, have it on headphone bass boost, so it's going to be more clear, more loud. When people are running by you, it sounds like they're stomping, so it'll be a little bit easier to sound horror. And the only thing I want to talk about here next is going all the way down here to the bottom, and people ask me about my hit marker sounds, which I have my on classic. You know, most of you guys probably have it on Modern Warfare. put it on classic. Nothing too crazy here, but like I just said, put that on classic if you want the old style hit markers, also having on base boost and having a good headset. The Astro 40s are a clean one, so make sure to get these down here. And then for our final thing in today's video, guys, we have our interface settings, which there's only a couple things that we need to change here. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already have these on. Minimap shape, you want to have it on square, don't have it on circle. The map is Rust. Yes, I know I am kind of a nerd if I can read a minimap to know where I'm at here, but having this, as you guys see here, circle and square, if you guys see it on your screen, you see so much more on the square minimap than you do the circle. And you know, me running a UAV, advanced UAV, it's going to be a lot more clear and clean for me to see and read the spawns, and that is another way that I read spawns. You know, a lot of people say always hacking, but I've been playing Call of Duty for 20 years. If you can't read a minimap, playing advanced UAVs and everything, I don't know what to tell you, really. I mean, just reading a minimap is really like reading a book while doing a test. Free answers, I mean, free kills. It's the same thing, so make sure to have it on square. Now, we're going to go to our crosshairs next, and we're going to have it on static here. Our center dot is going to be on, and we're going to have our center dot scale on larger. I don't recommend largest, but I've had a lot of people ask me in the streams when I did stream and everything, how is your centering so good? Now, I will say one thing that will help you centering is having the center dot scale on larger. I wouldn't put on largest again. Having this on is going to help you learn more about, you know, centering your guns and everything, getting out of those gunfights, getting in gunfights and everything like that. Centering is very important, so having this on, it will help you, and this is the only way I can really say, hey, I can teach you how to center in Call of Duty. This is probably the only thing that I can teach you here. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the player names. Now, as you guys see here, if you go to them, you have full name, you have abbreviated, and you have icon only. Make sure you have it on full name, and I will say, if you do have a big, long name, you're at such a disadvantage, because if it's on full name, most of the time, you know, you can look through a wall and everything like that, and it will show you their name so you can see them. There is a bunch of cheese spots on the map, and just sometimes you can just see their name through walls and fences and everything like that. So it is kind of a cheat code if you have the player name on full name so you can see their full name. And again, if you are with a long name, you're at such a disadvantage. So I would kind of recommend you changing your name to something smaller like mine. Mine's just Paradox, but there's sometimes people go dash dash, just a simple number and everything. So again, full name gives you a crazy advantage here. But in my opinion, these are the best settings as of right now here in the Modern Warfare 3 Season 3 Reloaded update. So make sure to give them a try. Let me know something that you changed. Let me know if you drop any high kill games. Let me know in the comments. But guys, thanks so much for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.